Welcome back to this Backyard World Series best 3 out of 5. The Super Duper Melonheads are leading 1-0 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Last time out, we beat them 11-1. So, let's see what we can do this time. Take a quick glance at our roster. See who's hot, who's cold. Sydney with a very significant boost. Max power, max running. Normally she looks like this, like Ashley with 8878. Looks like she's 10-10-7-10. So that is a significant boost to Sydney Weber, which we love to see. Take a quick glance at the Pirates roster. Randolph Gluckert has a big boost to running, little nerf on batting. Little nerf on batting in right field there. So some boosts, but nothing too crazy. Some strong bats overall. So we'll see what it's like against the Pirates this time out. Pirates the home team in this matchup. So Melonheads at bat first. Pete looks at balls 1 and 2. Fouls softly for strike 1. Soft dribbler is going to be foul. Pete batting .884 in these playoffs. Pretty stunning. Very strong throw from the second baseman to get the speedster Pete out at first. Pablo Sanchez, what are you going to do except swing power with Pablo? Pablo swings over strike 1. Fouls off strike 2. Pablo pops up to left field. Very high. Left fielder makes no mistake. That is out number 2 of the inning. A little bit of a slower start to the game for our Melonheads, but we still have a chance here with 2 outs. Keisha Phillips, very strong bat. Lines to the shortstop for out number 3. Melonheads held scoreless in the top of the first. Infield comes in for Billie Jean Blackwood. Not a very strong bat to lead off the Pirates. Also quite slow. Soft grounder to Sally. Throws to first base for the first out of the inning. Jason Kendall, the Pirates' pro player, batting in the 2-hole. Sharp grounder down the third base line. Keisha fields it cleanly, tosses it over. It is not in time. Jason Kendall safe on first base. Bringing up Devi Nagasawa with a runner on first and 1 out. Devi Nagasawa tranks it to center. Pete tracks it, makes the play. Jason Kendall gets back to first base. Fabian Callahan hit a home run in their last game. I believe it was the only run that the Pirates scored last game. Fabian Callahan switched to the closed stance, but fouls off another one for strike 2. Oh man, Fabian Callahan hits it strongly. That is fielded cleanly by Ahmed. A little bit of confusion out there in the outfield. Jason Kendall rounds third, going home. Pablo's there to make the stop. Keisha tags out Jason Kendall at third base for the third out of the inning. A little bit of confusion there in the outfield. It wasn't clear if it was a home run or if Ahmed had made the catch. Looks like it bounced off the wall and Ahmed grabbed it. 4, 5, 6 up for the Melonheads. Sydney Weber, Ashley Weber, Ahmed Khan.
I'm gonna smash the ball out of here.
Soft grounder to the pitcher, and Debbie Nagasawa tosses it over to Billie Jean Blackwood at first base for the first out of the inning. Ashley Weber swings at the inside pitch for strike one. Lined into center field for a single. Ashley Weber safe at first base. And this catcher has a really good arm, so we're not going to test it today. Ahmed with the deep drive to left field. Deep drive is caught. Ashley trying to stretch this into a... Oh no, ill-advised. Ashley back just narrowly avoiding the double play. First pitch clips the inside corner for strike one. Sally softly grounds to the third base line. Debbie Nagasawa's there. Tosses to second base. Gets, I believe that is Ashley, out at second base for the third out of the inning. Melonheads held scoreless so far in the top two. Soft grounder to the pitcher for the first out of the inning. Lance Lambert lines one into center field. Pete is there. Amir with the throw to first. Not in time. Lance Lambert safe on first base. Count is even, 2-2 on Rafael Hendricks. Fouls one off to stay alive. Sally throws a heater for strike three. And we do get the more juice that is clutch. That'll allow Sally to throw deep into the game. Nikki Winston swings over strike two. Another heater for strike three. Sally Dobbs feeling it in the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless. Heading into the top of the third, 8-hole Amir Khan, followed by 9 Vicky Kawaguchi and 1 Pete Wheeler. Amir lines to center field. Does he have the speed to get there? He does. Amir safe at first base. Jason Kendall at catcher has a very strong arm, so we will not steal Amir. Vicky with the bloop to center. Shortstop steps on second base, tosses to Billie Jean at first, but Vicky is safe. We'll test the catcher's arm with Vicky. Take this first pitch. Vicky is in there sliding. Runner in scoring position, that's big. Vicky takes off towards third. Second baseman has some confusion about where to throw the ball. Pete heads for second. Vicky heads home. She scores on a bobbled ball from Jason Kendall behind the dish. He's going to want that one back. Melonheads take a 1-0 lead. Bringing up Pablo Sanchez with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Pablo swings over strike 1. Pablo cranks it into center field. That one is crushed. It is a home run. We're going to let Pablo's music play here. Pablo Sanchez with the 2-run shot, bringing in Pete Wheeler, giving the Melonheads a 3-0 lead with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Keisha Phillips pops softly to the center of the infield. Debbie Nagasawa has trouble with it, falls down, cannot make the play. Keisha safe at first. Melonheads coming alive in this top of the 3rd inning. Short second baseman has trouble with the ball, allowing runners to advance. Runners on first and second for Ashley Weber with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Ashley Weber looks at strike 2 inside. Fouls one off to stay alive. Swings over strike 3, 2 outs. Ahmed fouls off strike 1 to make the count even, 1-1. Ahmed soft grounder to the pitcher. Tosses to Billie Jean Blackwood at first base for the 3rd out of the inning, stranding 2 runners. Melonheads come alive there in the top of the 3rd, scoring 3 runs to give them a 3-0 lead.
Don't even bother swinging because I'm not gonna let you. Don't even bother swinging because I'm not gonna let you.
Stevie Lent takes strike 3 looking. Out number 1. That brings up their leadoff hitter, Billie Jean Blackwood. We're going to bring the infield in because she is not a strong hitter, also quite slow. Softly lines to the left side of the field. Ashley Weber tosses to her sister Sydney for the out number 2. Brings up Jason Kendall to the dish. Jason Kendall lays down a bunt. He's streaking down the first base line, but Sally tosses to Sydney for out number 3. Melonheads out of the inning. This is the kind of game that the Melonheads are happy to play. Little cushion with 3 runs. They'd love to extend that. Get a little more distance. Sally Dobbs looks at a high strike 1. Fouls off strike 2. Couple foul balls from Sally Dobbs to stay alive. Swings under the high strike 3.
I meant to do that, you know.
Bringing up Amir Khan. Strike 1 catches the inside corner. Swings at strike 2, also inside. Debbie Nagasawa favoring that right hook on the inside corner. That one just misses for ball 1. Amir looks at ball 2 to bring the count even, 2-2. Amir smacks that one, lined into center field for a single. One out for Vicky Kawaguchi, runner on first base. Looks at strike 1. Makes contact softly down the third base line. Amir Khan almost thrown out. Oh, tries to go to third and is tagged out. Amir got greedy. Got greedy with Amir. But Vicky Kawaguchi was safe. She will attempt to steal second base. And she does so unchallenged. We're actually going to have Pete swing line drive here just to switch it up. Pete cranks it down the left field line. It is called fair. It bounces, not a ground rule double, stays in the park. Third baseman off the bag. Pete streaking to third and is in there with a stand-up triple. An RBI triple to bring in the 4th run of the game. Man in scoring position for Pablo Sanchez with 2 outs, who homered last time he was up. Pablo looks at strike one, even count 1-1. Zigzag pitch is inside for a ball. Pablo softly pops to the second baseman, but he's playing deep, does not catch the ball. Pablo with an RBI single, bringing in Pete. We'll see if Pablo can steal here. We'll take pitch one. Pablo slides in for a steal. Pirates bringing in the relief pitching. Billie Jean Blackwood on the mound now. Debbie Nagasawa at first base. Tosses the zigzag. It is hit by Keisha. Everyone is playing deep. This is going to be a tough play for the Pirates. Pirates do not make the play, giving the Melonheads a power-up hit. It is a screaming line drive. We're going to use it. It is rocketed to the left field. Unfortunately, it takes an uncharacteristic bounce. But one run scores, leaves runners on the corners after some creative base running. And we still have the screaming line drive for Ashley Weber. Runners on the corners, 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Smacks a crazy ball into right center field. Run will score. Runners flying around the bases. Sydney heading home. 2 runs will score on a double off a screaming line drive for Ashley Weber. And that is another power-up hit for the Melonheads because they tossed a crazy ball. It is an undergrounder for Amir Ahmed Khan. He will take ball 1. Smacks an undergrounder. It is over the fence for a ground rule double, scoring Ashley Weber. The Melonheads lead 9-0. That is their 6th run of the inning. Runner in scoring position, Sally Alexis to hit, screaming line drive. Sally looks at balls 1 and 2. Sally crushes a screaming line drive into left field. Weak throw from the left fielder allows Ahmed a chance at getting home. He makes it safely. Sally with the double off the screaming line drive to score Ahmed, making the score 10-0 Melonheads in the top of the 4th inning. Billie Jean Blackwood has had enough. We're in with Rafael Hendricks, 3rd pitcher of the game. Line to left field. Moves the runner. Amir with a double. Moves Sally to 3rd base. Vicky Kawaguchi with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Vicky swings over strike 2. Vicky lines softly to the middle of the infield. Sally makes the last out at home plate. Cannot get there in time. Melonheads leading 10-0. Bringing up the Pirates in the bottom of the 4th. Sally with full juice, though we do have the more juice in reserve should we need it. Debbie Nagasawa lines one to left center field. Pete tracking it. Makes it there in time. Great play by Pete in center field. Fabian Callahan pipes up to right field. Sydney Weber tracking it. And she is there for out number 2. Ground softly to the shortstop. Ashley Weber has trouble with it. Sally recovers. Not in time. Randolph safe on first base. Lance Lambert strikes out for the 3rd out of the inning. Melonheads with a commanding 10-0 lead entering the top of the 5th inning with the top of their lineup up to bat. Pete Wheeler 2 for 3 today. Looks at strike 1. Swings at an outside pitch for strike 2. Grounds to the pitcher who misses it. Goes to the second baseman who cannot make the play in time. Pete is safe on first base. We'll take this pitch, allowing Pete to steal. He's in there uncontested. Runner in scoring position for Pablo Sanchez with no outs. Grounds, chopper to the pitcher. He elects to throw home. Pablo stretches that into a double. Two runners in scoring position for Keisha Phillips with no outs in the top of the 5th. Ground softly to the right field line, but there's no one there. Pitcher picks it up, but it is not in time. Pablo thinks about going 3, but decides against it. A run scores. Melonheads 11, Pirates 0. Count is even, 1-1. Crazy ball for a ball. Sydney Weber smokes one to right field, left field that is. Left fielder has trouble with it, that advances the runners. Weak throw in allows Pablo to come home. Keisha's rounding third, heading home. Sydney decides to take third base. 2 runs come in off the stand-up triple for Sydney Weber, who also has a stat boost today. Ashley Weber pops softly to the middle of the infield. Some confusion in the infield allows Ashley to take second base with ease. Still no outs. 2 runners in scoring position for Ahmed Khan. A high pitch for ball 2, 2-0. Ahmed cranks one to left field. It is going. It is going. It is gone. That's a 3-run shot from Ahmed Khan, bringing in Sydney and Ashley Weber to score. Pirates decide a pitching changes order. They bring Jason Kendall out to pitch. That is potentially a bad decision because they changed their catcher, who now may have a much weaker arm that will allow a lot more runners to steal bases. Sally grounds softly to the shortstop, who tosses it to first base, who has trouble with it, and has backed up by Jason Kendall. Sally is safe on first base. Amir Khan batting a very nice 7.08 in these playoffs. Grounds softly to the second baseman, who dives, gets Sally out at first, but not before Amir comes in safely at first. One out for Vicky Kawaguchi, runner on first. Vicky swings, strike one. Vicky hits softly to the catcher, who is very slow, and also does not have a strong arm at all. Runner safe on first and second. Only one down for Pete with runners on first and second. He's going to swing line drive. Looks at strike one inside. Pete swings over strike two. Pete looking for a homer to complete the cycle today. Grounds softly to the infield with a little chopper. Jason throws three, gets Amir out. The other runners advance. Pete and Vicky on first and second. Going to try the double steal here. Test the catcher's arm. Take first pitch. Catcher has quite a weak arm, allows the runners to advance. Pablo bloops it to the second baseman, who's playing deep and cannot get to it in time. Vicky comes in to score a run. Pablo going to second base. Pete going all the way home to score. Pablo in with stand-up double, 2 RBI double. Melonheads leading 18-0. Keisha pegs one into center field. Center fielder fields it cleanly. Tosses it into the infield. Pablo scores. Sydney Weber is boosted today. Keisha steals second with ease. She goes 3. Sydney swings at a crazy ball outside. It is fouled off for strike one. Sydney smacks one towards the shortstop and fields it cleanly. Tries to get Keisha at home because not in time. 20th run of the day scores for the Melonheads. Pirates falling apart here on defense. Ashley pops one to the shortstop, who is able to field it cleanly for the third out of the inning. But not before the Melonheads do quite a bit of damage. 10 runs in that top of the 5th inning to make the score 20-0. Sally Dobbs, who has been perfect so far, tosses it to Rafael Hendricks. Inside pitch cranked for a foul ball, strike 2. Strike 3. First out of the inning. Grounded softly to the shortstop. Keisha picks it up, tosses to first base for the second out of the inning. Stevie Lynn grounds to Sally at pitcher, tosses to first base, makes the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 inning for the Melonheads. Ahmed pops to right field, blooper to Billie Jean Blackwood, who tosses it softly into the infield. Ahmed gets greedy, going for 2. Does not get there, and instead settles for a single. Melonheads now able to steal bases at will with a weak catcher's arm. Now that Jason Kendall is at pitcher instead of at catcher. Sally Dobbs pops up to the right side of the infield. Jason Kendall, Debbie Nagasawa under it, makes the catch. Bringing up Amir Khan in the 8-hole. Ground softly to the pitcher. Throws home to prevent the run from scoring. Amir getting greedy, going for the double. Gets there with ease. 2 runners in scoring position for Vicky Kawaguchi, who's having quite a good day. 4 for 4 on the day with 4 singles. Pops one up shallow. Jason Kendall comes down with it for the second out of the inning. That brings up the top of the order. Once again, Pete Wheeler, who is 4 for 5, still looking for a home run to complete the cycle. He's going to swing line drive with 2 runners in scoring position. Ground softly to the shortstop. And throws home. Ahmed cannot beat that out. Holds the runners. Pete settles for a single. Bases are loaded for Pablo Sanchez, the man himself, who's going to swing power. Pablo fouls one off. Himself a triple short of the cycle. Pablo grounds softly down the first base line. Debbie Nagasawa is there. She tries to get to first base, but Pablo beats her. Ahmed beats the throw home. A run scores. 21-0 Melonheads. Bases still loaded for Keisha Phillips. 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Keisha cranks one to center field. But it is caught. Oh, it is not caught. It is off the wall. Or 2-run score. Catcher tries to get creative. Ball goes past Jason Kendall, who's covering first base for another run by Pablo. Keisha advances to third on the error for a RBI triple, 3-run score. Sydney lines it into left center field. Catcher fields it cleanly. Center fielder fields it cleanly, I should say. A run scores. Pirates have had enough of Jason Kendall. They're bringing in Fabian Callahan on the mound. We're going to take this pitch, allow the runner to steal. Ashley cranks it to left field. It's a little blooper. Can they get there in time? He can't. Throw goes home, not in time. Allows Ashley to advance to second base. Ahmed Khan with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Pops one up to the middle infield. Second baseman makes the catch to end the inning. Melonheads put up 6 runs of offense for a total of 26 runs on the day. All that's left to see is if the Melonheads can complete the perfect game, or I should say scoreless game. Billie Jean bloops softly to the infield. Ashley misplays it. Pete in hot pursuit. Billie Jean in safely with a single. Pirates still down to their final 3 outs of the game. Jason Kendall hits to Ashley Weber at shortstop. Amir Khan elects to throw to first for the out. Sydney Weber sails one into the outfield. Pete tosses in. Billie Jean Blackwood safe on third base. Melonheads falling apart a little bit defensively here in the bottom of the 6th as the Pirates attempt the impossible feat of catching up from a 26-run deficit. Debbie Nagasawa cranks one over the left field. It is gone. Shutout. Destroyed. That's a little disappointing. But still have quite a commanding lead at 26-2. Pablo feels the ground ball hit softly down the first base line, throws to Sydney for the 2nd out of the inning. Pirates down to their last out. Randolph Gluckert hits it to the shortstop, Ashley Weber, who catches it for the 3rd and final out of the inning. And the final out of the game. Super Duper Melonheads 26, Pirates 2. Gives the Melonheads a 2-0 lead in the series. One more to take home the Backyard World Series. We'll take a look at some of the statistics from the game. Another strong offensive performance from the Melonheads. Quite a few 5-hit games. Pete with 5 hits, Pablo 5 hits. Keisha, Sydney, and Amir also with 5 hits. A lot of multi-RBI games too. A lot of multi-RBI hitters, I should say. Pablo leading the charge with 6. Keisha with 5. Sydney Weber also with 5. Couple inside the park home runs, I believe. Or no, those are real home runs over the fence for both Pablo and Ahmed. 26 runs of total offense. Not a lot of notes on the offense. We did what it was designed to do, which is score a lot of runs. So love to see that. Melonheads up 2-0 in the series.